we, the members of Sai Sannidhi, offer our heartfelt, loving obeisances at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. Revered elders, brothers and sisters, it was Saint Augustine who said, "To fall in love with God is the greatest romance. To seek God is the greatest adventure. To find God is life's greatest achievement." The avatar comes to celebrate the marriage of heaven and earth. One Swami said, the avatar is like a raindrop from the skies. You look up into the sky, you see the dark blue cloud. It looks so beautiful. But then it is up there in the skies. And then the heavens burst. The raindrops come falling down. There is freshness in the air. The whole fragrance of earth has changed. And you know the presence of the rain. God is always there. But then from His cosmic consciousness, He manifests as that raindrop which we call the avatar. And that is the greatest love story that will ever be told in the annals of human history. 20th of October 1940, a 14-year-old schoolboy returns from school, throws away his books and tells his family members, "I am going. My devotees are waiting for me." For that small step of the divine incarnation, the whole history of this earth changed. From then till now, it has been an endless love story. The Lord came for everybody, but personally I feel, especially for children and the youth of the world. And once He started His educational institutions for the students, He was then one and only one Sai. One of our professors once said, "You know why we call Bhagwan our divine chancellor? He is the chancellor because He creates chances for all of us." I remember it was a Narayan Seva day. The prasadam was brought from the canteen and kept next to the interview room here in the mandir. And Swami picked up two students. One was in the 8th class, the other in the 9th class, both brothers, and called them forward to sit next to the prasadam vessels. Everybody else was on the other side, and these two boys were asked to sit alone with the vessels. After some time, Swami went into the interview room. I think the boys felt a little embarrassed sitting all alone. So they quietly slipped and came to where the other students were sitting. When Swami came out, again he found that the boys had gone to the other group. He said, "Why have you gone there? Come this side." And he made them sit next to the vessels. I was very curious, so I asked one of the brothers when they returned to the hostel, "What happened? Swami called you and again called you." And this is what the student said. Sir, Swami said, prasadam has been kept here. Some crows may come and peck at the prasadam, so do security duty for the prasadam. I have read the Ramayanam, I have read the Mahabharatam, I have read the Srimad Bhagavatam. Never we have come across an occasion where there was a crow driving away portfolio. Out of thin air, the Lord created a chance for students. The institutions which he established, in which the members of the Sai Sannidhi group are associated with, the ashrams, the trust, the schools, the hospitals, the university, all these are definitely benefiting mankind. But again I feel, primarily, to give his students a refuge, his devotees a refuge at his lotus feet, and that is what Sai Sannidhi is all about. Here were people who chose the Lord and whom the Lord chose. They lived with God and God lived with them. And that is a love story which cannot be described. A love story which continues even till today. This is the experience of Swami's students in the past, in the present, and will continue to be the experience in the future as well. And it is not without reason that one of our former Vice Chancellors of the SATHYA SAI Institute of Higher Learning, Professor Sampath, said, Swami, if I have a chance of another lifetime, confer this blessing on me to join your primary school and become your student. A few days ago, one day, I was in my room, a student of Vrindavan came to me, he said, sir, I want to share something with you. I said, what is that? Apparently, some important bank documents he had forgotten in his clothes and thrown them to the dhobi. And then he realized what a mistake he had made, and he was so worried, so anxious that he is going to create a lot of anxiety for his parents. So he was praying, Swami, please help me, Swami, please help me, Swami, they are so important. And he was sitting in his room, and there was a roommate of his next to him, and he was praying, Swami, and lo and behold, from the ceiling, suddenly there drops something. When he looks at it, it is his bank document in his room. The Sai education system provides every child this habit that no matter what happens to you in life, your parents may not be there, your teachers may not be there, your all support systems may be withdrawn, but Sai is always there for you and forever will be there for you. And it is to that Sai, we the members of Sai Sannidhi have gathered here to tell, Swami, what you mean to us and what a difference you made to our lives. You touched us and we have grown. Jai Sai Ram.
मनाते हैं, खोल कर दिल आज हम ये गीत गाते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं, प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं, साई को चाहते हैं, चाहते हैं, चाहते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं, प्रेम के प्यासे हम सृष्टि चालक, फिर भी हम हैं तेरे बालक। यूं तो तुम हो सृष्टि चालक, फिर भी हम हैं तेरे बालक। यूं तो तुम हो सृष्टि चालक, फिर भी हम हैं तेरे बालक। तेरे ही पास है सारा जहां, जाए हम और कहाँ। छू कर तेरे चरणों को साई, छू कर तेरे चरणों को साई, आज दिल की बात हम बताते हैं। तेरे संग हम रहने की आज खुशी मनाते हैं। खोल कर दिल आज हम ये गीत गाते हैं। तेरे संग हम रहने की आज खुशी मनाते हैं। खोल कर दिल आज हम ये गीत गाते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं। साई को चाहते हैं, चाहते हैं, चाहते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं। प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं।
प्रेम के प्यासे हम साई को चाहते हैं. Yes, indeed, we are all thirsty for Sai's love. It's not just us, the entire creation. From the smallest of the atom to the amoeba, to the ant, to the entire antariksha, the universe, every particle pines and thirsts for the selfless divine love of the Srishti Chalak. Swami, in his sweet mellifluous Telugu, describes this pining. Talli kaugitakai taradi taradi, talli kaugitakai taradi taradi, elugetti pasikuna yechinatlu. మందలోపల నుండి మలగిన దూడకై, మందలోపల నుండి మలగిన దూడకై ఆవు అంబాయని అరచినట్లు. కూటికి లేని నిరుపేద ఆకలై, కూటికి లేని నిరుపేద ఆకలై కూటి కల్లాడి ఏడ్చినట్లు. సాయి సన్నిధి చేరి, సత్య సాయి సన్నిధి చేరి, సర్వంబు త్యజించి సాయి సాయి అంచు హాయిగనుడి, సాయి సాయి అంచు హాయిగనుడి. Just like a small little child with outstretched arms pines or cries for the mother's embrace, just like a cow that moves searching for its calf that has strayed away from the herd, just like a poor man who is starved of food for long pines for a morsel of food. Having come to Sai Sannidhi, having come to his lotus feet, let us chant the name of Sai Sai and experience bliss. This is the essence of that poem. How fortunate are we that just like the cow that has come searching for its calf to bring it back to the herd, Swami, in his infinite mercy, has come searching for all of us and brought us back into Sai Sannidhi. The famous poet William Wallace had said, glorifying motherhood, the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. how fortunate are we that Swami, who is the Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka, the master of this entire creation, the universal divine mother and father, descended to the human form, became our physical mother and father, and rocked our cradle. What can we say about this unbounded love? How can we ever comprehend this causeless compassion that He has for us?
Yes, brother. Indeed, it is our greatest good fortune to be blessed by the Lord of the universe Himself to study and work in His own institutions. Swami, in His infinite mercy, has taught us several lessons. One of the most profound lessons I learned at His lotus feet is that when Swami is by your side, nothing is impossible. It was the year 2001. I had just completed my master's in biosciences. Swami selected me to go to the United States to do my hospital administration. At that point, I was filled with doubt because I've never seen a hospital. And I told Swami, I don't know anything about a hospital, so please give your special blessings. Swami replied, Swami, pani ichinappudu panitanamu danyanta danya vastundi. Meaning, whenever Swami gives any work, He also sends along the ability to do that work. Swami said, I'll send you to the best university in the United States, but you need to take a small exam. He called us inside with his full love. He served us delicious lunch and said, now you go to Bangalore. Once we reached Bangalore, we came to know that the exam we needed to take was GRE. For a person whose only aim was to be in Swami's presence, GRE was an alien terminology. We went to a coaching center and asked them, what is this GRE about and how do we go about writing it? Swami had told us, write the exam in 5 days and come back. So we said, we want to take GRE in 5 days. They said, you people are mad. You need at least 6 months of coaching and preparation to be able to just clear GRE. And here, you want to take it in 5 days? We don't want to spoil our reputation. Moreover, you people don't even have passports, which are mandatory to take GRE. We didn't know what to do. But since Swami said, take the exam in 5 days, we just went to the passport office next day morning and giving the application. The passport officer, who had heard about Swami's love and the magnitude of service that he has done to the people of Karnataka, wanted to contribute his mite to the mission. He cut through all the red tape that was there and gave us the passport in a record time of 6 hours. What was 1 month became 6 hours. That is Swami. Then we applied to the GRE and went and took the exam. For a bioscience student who had no touch with the subjects that are being evaluated and I had very little knowledge of computer, a computerized GRE exam was a nightmare. We put in long hours without sleep and food, went and wrote the exam. And to our utter astonishment, we got 90%, much more than the results achieved by the coaching center. Then Swami told us, now you go and apply to the university. We sent in our application and called the university. University said, the admissions are closed for this academic year. It's already 1 month past the closure of admissions. The doctor who was instructed by Swami to take care of us in the United States, spoke to the Dean of the Medical University and explained the work that is being done by Swami. The Dean called for an emergency special meeting of the academic committee and selected us. This never happens. The US universities don't go out of their way to accommodate people, that too from outside the country. Then Swami said, you go to Chennai, go and attend the visa interview. We went to Chennai and submitted a visa application. The passport officer who reviewed our file rejected it, saying that we don't have any scholarship from the university and it is out of question for you to go to US. We were dejected and we called up and told the elders in Prashanthi Nilayam. When they informed Swami, Swami just smiled and said, let them be in Madras. They'll get their visa by 3 p.m. Believe it or not, the Swami Sankalpa changed the situation in such a manner that the visa officials themselves came to the doorstep and gave the visa just in time for us to board the flight. The course for which Swami was sending us was on hospital administration. It's a master's course for 2 years. But when Swami blessed us, he said, come back in a year's time. That looked impossible at the time. But we said, Swami has said it's 1 year, it should be 1 year. The academic calendar panned out in such a manner that it enabled us to complete all the coursework and including a 3 months internship and return back to India on 16th September 2002, exactly the day we left from India. That is Swami's brilliance.
What a perfect timing. Swami's timing is always perfect. Not a moment earlier, not a moment later. But every student and every devotee who has had a chance to experience Swami's love and glory, he will have one regret in his heart of hearts.
Brother, you say regret?
Yes, regret. I'm sure everyone who is seated in this hall also will have that regret in their heart of hearts. And that is, I wish I had come to Sai Sannidhi much earlier than what I did. Each one of us who are seated here are aware that as Bhagwan's mission grew, accessibility, physical access to Swami and experiencing his love at close proximity had reduced. Let us now listen to someone, Brother Ravi Kumar, who had had the good fortune of coming to Sai Sannidhi in the early 60s.
I offer my prayerful pranams at Bhagwan's lotus feet. Respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters. Brother Chandrasekhar, you're absolutely right. Every single person who has come to Swami wishes that they had come earlier than they did. I too had this regret till a day when I was sitting beside Swami watching a program on a Onam day in Vrindavan in the 70s. The lights had been turned off and there was a lighting only the stage. As I watched a small 2.5-year-old child give a beautiful speech, bringing a lot of joy and delight to Bhagwan and the audience, my eyes filled with tears. I said, Swami, I thought, Swami, how late I have come to you. And then there was a firm pat on my head. And I looked up to the screen of tears. Swami had heard the whispers in the corridor of my heart. And he said, correct time, Kocha. You came at the right time. He said, everyone who comes to me comes at the right time for that person. And more beautifully, he added, look, you have come to Swami at an age when you can not only experience my love, but also express your feelings of love to me. So you came at the right time. Swami, as I stand here in your divine presence, an avalanche of memories flood me and inundate my soul. I remember the day when my earthly mother left her physical mortal coil, and then you, the Supreme Mother, took me into your warm embrace. How do I express my gratitude to you, Lord, for the day when, as children, feeling that we would be orphaned, we were standing by the bedside of our father, wringing our hands as he was consumed by cancer. And you arrived on the scene, cancelled the cancer, and turned that bane into a boon, a blessing of clinging to your lotus feet with greater devotion. How can I forget the day, Lord, when you made me stand and led my faltering steps as I spoke to a small audience of 100 people. Today, if I am able to stand here by your side, Divine Master, Merciful Mother, it's your kindness, it's your love. How can I forget? How can I not express my gratitude for the day when you banished the fear gnawing in my heart about incipient failure in mathematics, when you made sure that I cleared the paper but also cleared away the cobwebs of fear by making me choose mathematics as my subject to study. How can I forget, Lord, when you took me along the academic corridors and made me study at your lotus feet and earn a doctorate from your hands. My father had wonderful designs of making me a doctor to serve humanity, and you doctored the script because I was deeply worried about leaving your presence. You doctored the script and made it possible for me to serve mankind, but also become a doctor so that my father would be satisfied. How can I forget it, Lord, when at an age after studies, students climb steps after steps to offices with a begging bowl called degree to get employment, when you blessed me with a job, which was not a job to earn a livelihood, but a job that defined my life itself. How can I forget, Lord, the day when fate designed that light be snuffed out of my eyes, out of my life, and brought sunshine into my eyes and lit up the whole world so that I could see your beautiful form. There are any number of such instances, Lord. 5 minutes is a very short while to convey what this heart pines for you to tell you. But most merciful Mother, let it be embedded in the DNA of my life, in the genes of my soul, that whenever I get a body to come to this world, I should be a speck of dust at your lotus feet. I should serve you till the last breath. Because, Lord, whenever I remember the love, I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. And as the days go by, this only brings warm and deeper and sweeter memories. Jai Sai Ram.
keep feeling your love in me over and over again. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. And it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. My Lord and I, my Lord and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. I keep feeling your love in me over and over again. And it's sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Lord and I. My Lord and I, my Lord and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I, my Sai and I keep feeling your love in me over and over again.
Bhagwan, your divine love that finds its shelter in your most beautiful smile, your divine love that strolls with the hem of your robe and breathes through all of us, your divine love which flows incessantly even in the most darkest of alleys of fear and hatred, and yet it grows stronger and stronger with every beat of a pure and sincere heart. Bhagwan, these are mere words. After all, words are incapable of expressing our feeling, our love to you, Bhagwan. Then how much more difficult it is to understand, to comprehend, to grasp, and then express your love for all of us.
Your benign, auspicious gaze that confers unlimited grace on all your children as the Divine Mother.
Your unconditional concern and the unflinching promise of always being with us, behind us, above us, around us, as a protecting Divine Father.
Your loving yet strict firmness as the Divine Guru.
your ever ready hands to help us in the most crucial of situations as the divine friend.
Where more often than not, you would always choose to be anonymous.
Bhagwan, we can only shed tears of joy and gratitude as we experience your love day in and day out, every moment of our life.
Brother Ganesh, even as my mind is flooded with numerous memories of instances of Bhagwan's love, there is this one instance which has left an indelible imprint in my life. In fact, it occurred in one of my first visits to Prashanti Nilayam way back in June 1996.
1996. Wasn't that the year when Bhagwan gave a series of discourse for 70 continuous days?
Yes, and I was fortunate to be here during one of those days. And during that discourse, Bhagwan was narrating the story of a young mother who was suffering from a terminal illness. And in her last days, she had taken a promise from Bhagwan that he would take care of her two young boys after her passing. Those two young children were studying in our primary school here at Prashanti Nilayam. A few days after the mother passed away, the headmistress of the primary school came to Bhagwan with a prayer. The younger boy among the two was weeping inconsolably for his mother, and nothing that the teachers did could pacify the child.
What did Bhagwan do? Did he call the boy and speak to him?
Yes, he called the boy for an interview one day. And on that day, Swami told him that from this day onwards, Swami is your mother. And as Bhagwan went on to say during the discourse, from that day on, that boy was always seen smiling and always happy. And as we in the audience, as we were marveling at this instance of Bhagwan's love, which is from experience we know that it is not the love of one mother, but thousands upon thousands of mothers. Swami went on to say during the discourse, "Ikkade unnadu," that boy is here. And Swami beckoned to the boy to come near him. There was a flash of white. A boy, a young lad of age 12 years, he rushed to Swami. He hugged him and cried into his robes.
What a sight it would have been.
Oh, it was. And as I looked around the entire hall, Ganesh, there was not even a single person who did not have a tear in his eye. And my heart knew that if there was a love in this world that was worth aspiring for, it was the love of our beloved Bhagwan, our Sai Ma.
साई माँ, माँ, प्रेम की तुम मूर्त हो, इस जीवन का तुम उद्देश्य हो। माँ, तुम्हारे प्यार के बिना हमारा अस्तित्व का कोई अर्थ नहीं है। हमारे हर राह का अंजाम तुम ही हो माँ, तुम ही हो। You are the goal of our life, Bhagwan.
That day, that instant, the goal of my life became to live at his lotus feet. I prayed incessantly for gaining his Sannidhi, the Sannidhi of Sai.
Bhagwan, we are very grateful that you have called us to your Sannidhi in Sai Sannidhi.
Sannidhi.
I possibly do not even remember the first look of his, that he looked straight into my eyes. I possibly do not remember the first words that he spoke to me. But then there's one thing that I definitely do remember, and that is that right from the time I came to him, I always just wanted to be close to him. Anything that would get me close to him is what I would have done. I do not know, at an age of 6, why? Why did I want to run and sit in the first line and just wait for him to come and look at me or him to smile at me? What was there that made me do it? No idea. I do not know why. When we are in the primary school, it is those 2 days that you get in a week to come and have Swami's darshan on Sunday and on Thursday. On those 2 days, believe me, when we were there, we would do anything to just come and sit in the first line, like how all of us do when we are students. So we had a rule for ourselves that if you have to come and sit in the first line, you should have finished both bath and breakfast, only then you can come. Otherwise, if you have not finished any of these, you're not allowed to come. So there used to be competition of at 5:30 in the morning, there are being idlis served. We all just rush from the prayer hall after Suprabhatam, run down to the dining hall, run, go, take half a idli, finish half a idli, run from there, come, sit first and tell, okay, I came first, I came second. As if that running was not enough, after that, from the primary school, we used to come bare feet. So we start, like we are all waiting for when will the line start. And once the line starts, it's a mad run from the primary school till you reach here. Just to control us, actually, many times even teachers used to be on the run. They don't run, don't run, don't run, and we had to keep going slowly. And once, you can even notice it now, once the primary school children reach the mandir, it's noise and you hear tad, dood, everything. It's like all just run and come to sit front. So that's how it always was. And to be very frank about it, there were so many times when I cheated and I did not have breakfast and just went and sat. I would run into the dining hall, but not eat breakfast, come out from the wash basin as if I finished my breakfast and then came and sat in the front. But then they say that everything is fair in love and war. So this was love. This was such a love that if I didn't do that, it could have made a war. So I didn't mind doing it and did it all the way through. Even when we came to school, in school it was even bigger fight because you have institute people along with you with whom you have to compete for a place. Now you have lines like 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. On your day, your class can be first. On your day, they cannot be first. So you have to just wait for that one day when you can come first and then come and sit in the front line and then get a chance of Swami. And till the primary school, till you're in the 7th standard, you are getting all of Swami's attention. Suddenly when you come to the 8th standard, you're a small kid and everybody looks at you like, go side, go side. And Swami was just giving all his attention to MBA students, MTech students and so on. So you really then suddenly think, was I the same form guy in primary school? So that's what comes into our minds once you reach the school. But even after you reach the school, at that time, there was one thing that I used to fight for. And that used to be the cornermost place over there. Because Swami would come during darshan and give letters he would collect all the letters at the ladies' side and then look for someone to give the letters before he comes to the gents' side. So he gave me that opportunity once. And once he gave me that anything, that corner place has to be mine. So it used to be hot, 2:45 or 2:30 in the afternoon. And that time Puttaparthi didn't even, nowadays Puttaparthi is much more cooler in terms of weather. So that time it used to be really hot. Right from the school hostel, again bare feet. Why bare feet? Because you may spend some time in removing chappal over here. So bare feet. Even when you come here, even if, kind of say your class is first, after that, once you enter, you have to go through checkmate. That's one more thing. You are standing there and the person is checking you all over. Yes, it's their duty, no doubt. But then you have to go through it. And after that, you have to run. The only advantage that I had was everybody would run for the first line. I would run for the last line. Because that was the place that Swami would come during darshan and then give the letters. So this is what, all that I'm trying to tell is that there was never an opportunity, there was never anything that I left unturned to just get that proximity of his. To just get that one look. What would happen in the darshan if I was sitting in the first line? Nothing. He may not speak to me, he may not do anything. But that one look would make everything in the day, anything wrong that happened in the day, we would just forget it. I remember when I was in the primary school, I did a lot of these things. And in fact, if Swami came during darshan, I would just get up, go speak to Swami, something or the other. Like go and tell Swami, Swami, please come to school. There was no occasion, nothing but, "Yes, Swami, please come to school." It was just one chance to go and interact with him. So this one incident left it kind of gave me a license also in one way, that one particular interaction when I was there along with my father and we were with Swami, my father happened to tell Swami that, "Swami, this small boy of mine troubles you a lot. When you go around in the darshan, he doesn't keep in mind discipline, he just keeps troubling you a lot." To which Swami just replied, he took his hand, put it on my heart, then put his hand on his heart and told, "This is prema, I don't mind." Swami, today I have just one prayer to make on behalf of all of us. All of us are part of a script that we did not write, but we are grateful to you that you decided to become a part of it. We do not know where destiny will hold our hand and take us to, but we are thankful that destiny brought us here. What can I ask, or what can we ask of luck when every memory questions our deservedness? What can I ask of the world when a world in itself is what you have given to all of us? Dearest Swami, proximity of yours is what we still and always shall pine for. Give it to us in your own way. Thank you.
Embodiments of love.
నిజంగా ఎవరికి వారు కన్నులు మూసుకొని విచారించినప్పుడు దివ్యత్వం అనేటువంటిది మానవత్వాన్ని నడిపిస్తూ ఉంటుండాది.
If you investigate and inquire deep enough, you will know the divinity within.
దివ్యత్వమే లేకుండా ఒక క్షణమైన కూడా మానవుడు జీవించలేడు.
Man cannot live without divinity.
కానీ తాను జీవించగలననేటువంటి అహంకారం చేత కొంతవరకును గడుపుతూ ఉన్నాడే గాని కాలమును గడిపినంత మాత్రమున కర్మ సార్థకం కాదు.
Man is egoistic and spends his life, but he doesn't work for his redemption.
కర్తవ్యము మొదల లేక కర్మను మొదల అనేటువంటి విషయాన్ని విచారించుకున్నప్పుడు,
when we investigate, is the duty first or
చాలా మంది
action?
మాకు రైట్ అని పోతుంటారు.
Many people proceed along the direction of right.
ఈ రైట్ అనేటువంటిది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది?
How do you get these rights?
కర్తవ్యమే లేకుండా ఈ యొక్క రైట్ నీకు చిక్కదు.
Without duty, there cannot be rights.
కనుకనే కర్తవ్యాన్ని ఆచరించినప్పుడే కర్తవ్య ఫలమైనటువంటి యొక్క రైటు నీకు ప్రాప్తిస్తుంది.
Likewise, if you discharge your duty, you will have your right.
తల్లియే లేకుండా బిడ్డకి ఏమాత్రము క్షేమం లేదు.
Without the mother, child is not safe.
అదే విధంగానే కర్మనే లేకుండా కర్తవ్యమునకు ఏమాత్రం కూడా గుణకరం రాదు.
Likewise, when there is no duty, rights have no value.
కనుకనే డ్యూటీ అనేటువంటిది మొదలు కాదు ఇది.
So duty is not there in the beginning.
ఇది నా రైట్ అనేటువంటిది మొదలు కాదు ఇది.
Right doesn't take
మానవునికి
first
ఎట్టి
position.
రైట్ కూడాను లేదు.
Man has no right whatsoever.
తన కర్తవ్యాన్ని నిర్వర్తించినప్పుడే ఈ కర్మ యొక్క ఫలితము రైట్ గా మారుతుండాలి.
The discharging of the duty fructifies by giving you
ప్రవాహం మొదల వర్షం మొదల అని చక్కగా విచారణ చేసినప్పుడు వర్షం మొదలు.
If you inquire, is it the ceaseless flow that comes first or rain? It is the rain that occupies
వర్షము
first
కురిచినప్పుడే
position.
ప్రవాహం ఏర్పడుతుంది.
Because of the downpour of rain, the flow can go on
వర్షమే
and
లేకుండా
on.
ప్రవాహమే ప్రవహించదు.
Without rain, the flow will never continue.
కాబట్టి ప్రవాహం అనేటువంటిది కేవలం రైట్ వంటిది.
This ceaseless flow is like a right.
కానీ రెయిన్ అనేటువంటిదే ఒక విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క బాధ్యత కలిగినటువంటిది.
Rain represents duty.
ఆ ప్రధానమైనటువంటి యొక్క రైట్ లేకపోయినప్పుడు ఈ అప్రధానమైనటువంటి యొక్క రైతులు ఏ విధంగా నీవు కాజించగలవు?
Without this rain of duty, how do you expect the flow to continue? The right.
ఇవన్నీ ఈనాడు ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే పిల్లలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి విషయము.
It has got something to do with students.
అలాంటి పరిస్థితులు ఎవరైనా మీకు కూడా చిక్కినటువంటి మీరు కూడా పోషించండి.
You also take care of those people who are
సమాజ
helpless.
సేవనే ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి సేవ.
Service to society is most important.
సంక్షేమానికి సరైనటువంటి సమాజ సేవ అవసరము.
And for welfare, service is essential.
కనుకనే సర్వ్ యూ అని హెల్ప్ యూ.
So serve everybody and help everybody.
The best way to love God is to love all, serve all.
The best way to love God is to love all and serve all.
ఆ రెండింటిని మీరు పెంచుకోండి.
Develop this
అందరినీ
quality.
ప్రేమించండి,
Love
అందరినీ
all.
సేవించండి.
Love all, serve all.
వాళ్ళు ఏమైనా అనుకొని ఏమైనా చేసుకొని
Let them think as they like.
రెండింటిని మాత్రం ఈనాటి విద్యార్థులు మనసులో ప్రతిష్ఠ చేసుకోవాలి.
Students should strengthen these two important principles.
తల్లిదండ్రులకు తగినటువంటి ఒక సేవలు చేయాలి.
Serve your parents.
తల్లిదండ్రులకు ఏ విధమైనటువంటి అసంతృప్తి కూడా పెట్టకూడదు.
Never displease your parents.
అలాంటి రీతిగా చదివినప్పుడు చదువులో ఉన్నటువంటి సారం అది.
That is the essence of education.
విద్య కలుగును వినయంబు, వినయములను కలుగు పాత్రత, పాత్రత వలన ధనము, ధనము వలన ధర్మము.
So education should confer humility. Humility should give you deservedness. Out of deservedness, the affluence of prosperity. And be humble.
ఈ విద్య యొక్క సారం ఏమిటి? వినయమే.
The essence of education is humility.
అహంకారానికి అవకాశం ఇవ్వకూడదు.
Never be egoistic.
అహంకారాన్ని నిర్మూలన చేసి ఆత్మవిశ్వాసం చేత మీ సమాజ సేవ చేయండి.
Kill your ego with self-confidence, serve this society.
ఎవరే కానీ ఇక్కడ పనిచేసేటువంటి వాళ్ళకు జీతాలు లేకుండా ఎవరికి నేను చూసుకోను.
All receive salaries here in our colleges.
వారికంతా ఏమాత్రమో తెలియదు.
And they don't know, many people know, they don't know.
వాళ్ళే నాకు ఇస్తున్నట్టుగా భావిస్తుంటారు.
Many people think that they are giving money.
ఎప్పటికీ లేదు. ఒక్కరి వద్ద నుండి నేను నయా పైసా కూడా పుచ్చుకోవటం లేదు.
Bhagwan does not accept even single naya paisa.
మంచి పనికి అవే వస్తుంటాయి.
And in fact, things come on in their own by his will.
నా మంచి పనికి అన్ని అక్కడికక్కడే లభిస్తుంటాయి.
All good tasks of Bhagwan are fulfilled.
ఇన్ని లక్షల మంది ఉంటున్నారు ఇక్కడ, ఎవరైనా నేను పైసా అడిగానా?
Did Bhagwan ask any single paisa from anybody?
ఎప్పుడు కూడా అడగలేదు.
Never, never.
30-40 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి వారంతా ఉన్నారు.
There are devotees of 40 years standing.
అడగలేదు.
Bhagwan never asked.
అడగలేదు, అడగరు.
He will not ask in future.
కానీ నా దీక్షను సాధిస్తూ వస్తుంటాను.
But Bhagwan goes on giving and giving.
ఇది ఇంకా క్రమక్రమేణా అభివృద్ధి అవుతుంది కానీ క్షీణించదు.
This will grow further and further.
ఈ పిల్లలంతా పోషిస్తూ రావాలి.
We have to take care of children.
యువకులంతా కూడా మంచి ఆదర్శప్రాయులుగా నిలిచాలి.
Youth should be molded as ideal people.
ఇలాంటి ఆదర్శప్రాయమైనటువంటి పిల్లలు చిక్కితే అంతకంటే ఆనందం ఏమిటి? అదే నా ప్రాపర్టీ.
Bhagwan will be so happy to have such ideal students.
అందరూ అడుగుతుంటారు, స్వామి ప్రాపర్టీ ఎట్లుండాది అని.
Many people ask, what is your property?
నా ప్రాపర్టీ అంతా పిల్లలే నా ప్రాపర్టీ.
Students are Bhagwan's property.
వాళ్ళు బాగుపడి వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడికైనా వెళ్ళి మంచి సత్కీర్తి తెస్తే అదే నాకు ఆనందం.
If they are good wherever they go, if they get good name, that satisfies Bhagwan.
కురిపించే ప్రేమ చినుకు కురిపించే ప్రేమ చినుకు మా ప్రాణదైవం నిజ దివ్య మాతృరూపం మా ప్రాణదైవం నిజ దివ్య మాతృరూపం నీవేలే సాయి దేవా నీవేలే సాయి దేవా నీ ప్రేమ సాగరం మా జన్మకు ఒక వరం నీ ప్రేమ సాగరం మా జన్మకు ఒక వరం మా గుండెలో ప్రేమ నీ కోసమే మా గుండెలో ప్రేమ నీ కోసమే ఏ జన్మలోనైనా మేము నీ సన్నిధే కోరుతాము సాయి దేవా సాయి దేవా సాయి దేవా సాయి దేవా మా ప్రాణదైవం నిజ దివ్య